This is your Science NCERT textbook for class 6. In this chapter, you will understand what a measurement is, to know about the standard units and their importance in daily life, to know about different unit systems and measuring devices, to understand the terms rest and motion, and to understand about the types of motions. New terms or keywords of this chapter. Circular motion, movement of an object on a circular path. Cubit, length from elbow to fingertip. Motion, changing of the position of an object. Periodic motion, motion that repeats itself after fixed interval of time. Rectilinear motion, movement of an object on a straight path. Scale, most common device for measuring length. SI unit, International System of Unit. Standard unit, universally accepted unit. So let us start the chapter. Ever since ancient time, humans have devised different means of transport to travel from one place to another. They designed boats that resemble the shapes of animals living in water to travel across water bodies. They invented the wheel, which led to inventions like cars and other animal-driven modes of transport. During the beginning of the 19th century, humans designed the steam engine, which was followed by automobiles and motorized vehicles. Children, in the age of early man, there were no means of transport. The early men used to move on foot or on the back of the animals in search of food and shelter. So the invention of wheel changed his life drastically. Gradually, the techniques of transportation improved and the discovery of steam engine opened new sources of power. Train, buses, motorized boats, ships, aeroplanes, and the 20th century booms, the electric trains, the monorails, the supersonic aeroplanes, and many more made transportation easy and the world smaller. Now, the need for measurement arises as we want to know how much we have traveled and in how much time. Measurement is the basis of all sciences. It plays an important role in our daily life. What is the distance between Delhi and Mumbai? How far is the school from your house? What is the length of your science book? To answer all these questions, we need to measure length. So measurement is the comparison of an unknown quantity with some known fixed quantity of the same kind. And this known fixed quantity is called a unit. Men realized its need quite early. Measurement of length and distance came quite early, as the men had to walk or travel different distances to reach various places. But in ancient times, he used his fingers, hands, arms, and feet for measuring length. The width of a finger was known as 1 angul. The length between the tip of the thumb and the little finger of a completely stretched hand was known as hand span. The length between the tip of the middle finger and the elbows of arms, one's arm was known as cubit. The length of the foot of a person was known as foot. Measuring length, a history. Again, I am telling you, distance is the measure of how far or long something is. That is the length of a table or a saucer filled, or how far is Mumbai from Delhi. So length can be measured in terms of a unit, and unit is a comparison of an unknown quantity with that of a known quantity. So it is required to establish a common standard or convention in order to make calculations and analysis easier worldwide. As I already told you, traditional methods of measuring length were the use of the length, one's foot or other body parts, but was inconsistent since these varies from person to person and lacks uniformity. So after measuring the length of table in handspan, you must have understood that such kind of measures are not completely dependable. So scientists from all over the world have accepted a common standard units of measurement. The International System of Unit, that is SI unit, was set up as the convention of measurement worldwide. A meter is the SI unit of length. It has 100 equal divisions called as centimeters. And to measure large distances, we use kilometers. 1 kilometer equal to 1,000 meters. Devices for measuring length. There are mainly three common devices for measuring length, that is scale, meter rod, and measuring tape. The choice of measuring device to be used depends upon the shape and size of the object to be measured. For example, it is not appropriate to use the scale from your pencil box to measure the dimension of a basketball court. Now, how will you measure the length of a curved line? The length of a curved line can be measured using a thread or a divider. A string or a thread can be used to measure curved lines by creating a knot at one end and keeping that at the beginning. One can trace the curved line. Children, the objects move in different ways. While moving, they change their position with respect to a fixed point. To know how fast or slow the motion of an object is, we need to measure the distance traveled with respect to time. That is the distance traveled by the object and the time taken to travel his distance. If you look around, you will find different objects in different states. They are either at rest or in motion. For example, your house, furniture in the house, school, trees, electric poles, post office, railway station, etc. are at rest. But people walking on a road, moving vehicles, flying birds, falling raindrops, crawling insects, rustling leaves, etc. are in a state of motion. So a body is in a state of rest when it does not change its position with respect to time. And a body is said to be in motion when it changes its position with respect to time. There are mainly three types of motions, that is rectilinear motions, circular motion, and periodic motion. Let us discuss one by one. First of all, rectilinear motion. When a body is moving in a straight line path, it is called rectilinear motion. Example, a coin falling from a building, or a sprinter running a 100-meter race. Circular motion. When an object is following a circular path of motion, it is called as circular motion. For example, the moon revolving around the earth, and you can see this a circular motion of a giant wheel. This is also an example of circular motion. Next, periodic motion. Motion that repeats itself after some period of time is called periodic motion. Example, a swing, pendulum, etc. Children, this is the end of the chapter.
An assignment of chapter motion and measurement of distance has been given to you. Kindly solve it and clear your concepts. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you have understood the chapter.